respectively. The practices produce the actual physical sensation of heat called tapas, or the inner fire of purification. It is taught that this heat is part of the process of purifying the nadis, or subtle nerve channels of the body. This allows a more healthful state to be experienced and allows the mind to remain calmer. Pratyahara. Pratyahara. Pratyahara is the fifth limb of Ashtanga Yoga. Pratyahara means drawing back or retreat. The word ahara means nourishment. Pratyahara translates as to withdraw oneself from that which nourishes the senses. In yoga, the term pratyahara implies withdrawal of the senses from attachment to external objects. What does this mean? It means our senses stop living off the things that stimulate the senses, no longer depend on these stimulants, and are not fed by them anymore. Let us look at this concept a little closely. When we see a sunset, first our eyes are drawn to it. The eyes send a message to the brain. The brain computer will assimilate the information sent by the eyes and form the picture of the sunset. This is the way our senses function normally. But there is also the possibility that the most beautiful sunset on earth will not attract our attention, will not engage our senses, because we are deeply immersed in something else. We may be concentrating on something without any awareness of what is going around us. Normally, the senses say to the mind, look at this, smell this, touch that. The senses register an object and the mind is drawn to it at once. In Pratyahara, we sever this link between mind and senses, and the senses withdraw. Each sense perception has a particular quality to which it relates. The eyes relate to the form of something, the ears to the sound, the vibration it makes, the nose to its smell. In Pratyahara, it is as if things are spread out with all their attractions before our senses, but they are ignored. The senses remain unmoved and uninfluenced. In effect, the brain will disregard all that is received by the various sensory organs and will only accept and process the signals sent by sensory organs at the command of the brain. Now we have control over our senses rather than being controlled by them. For example, when we are totally absorbed in the breath during pranayama, pratyahara occurs quite automatically. The mind is so intensely occupied with the breath that all links between mind, senses, and external objects that have nothing to do with the breath are cut off. So pratyahara is not a state of sleep. The senses are quite capable of responding, but they do not because they have withdrawn or detached. Samadhi. Samadhi. Samadhi is the final step in Ashtanga Yoga. When we succeed in becoming so absorbed in something that our mind becomes completely one with it, we are in a state of Samadhi. Samadhi means to bring together, to merge. In Samadhi, our personal identity, name, profession, family history, social security number, driver's license number, etc. completely disappears. In the moment of Samadhi, none of that exists anymore. Nothing separates us from the object of our choice. Instead, we blend and become one with it. Thus, Samadhi refers to the union of the contemplating being with the object of contemplation. Here, the object of the meditation and the meditator become one. This is like the unity of process. It is like the union of function and structure. The polarity of viewer and viewed, like the polarity of opposites, is no longer relevant. The mind does not distinguish between self and non-self, or between the object contemplated and the process of contemplation. There are various stages of Samadhi, depending upon whether one is identified with the object while yet conscious of the object, or whether one has transcended the object of meditation and is resting in the experience of being without conceptual support or without support of any aspect of consciousness. Pratyahara, dharana, dhyana and samadhi cannot be practiced. A person cannot simply sit down and say, right now I am going to do dharana. All the person can do is to create the right conditions to help bring about a state of dharana. For example, he or she can practice asanas and pranayama that, according to the Yoga Sutra, create favorable conditions for the mind to enter these states. In order to experience dharana and dhyana, the mind must first be in a particular condition. Allow the many things that are going on in the mind to settle, so that it becomes quiet. If the mind is too busy responding to external stimuli, it cannot enter into a state of dharana. Forcing dharana when your mind is not ready for it can get you into trouble. For this reason, the Yoga Sutra suggests the practice of asanas and pranayama as preparation for dharana, because these influence mental activities and create space in the crowded schedule of the mind. Once dharana has occurred, dhyana and samadhi can follow. Yama. Yama has different meanings in different contexts. It may mean rein, curb or bridle, discipline or restraint.